Hey yo guys, what's up and welcome back to Toe Tags Metal Reviews. Today we're getting our first impressions of the new album from Fit for a King titled The Path. Okay, so this album came out a week or two ago, I believe. Beginning of October, maybe late September.
Somewhat recent.
So we did a poll. We had about 5 recent albums that came out. This is the one that won, so this is the one we're doing. Gonna be honest, neither of us are really thrilled about doing this review, but this is the one you guys wanted, so we're gonna man up and do it. Well, and I'll tell you the reason why is because I have listened to this band before, and there's a specific style of metal that just really doesn't do it for me, and this is it. They have great riffs, they have really punchy, heavy, hardcore kind of music, but the singing, the whiny kind of emo singing does not do it for me, and this band has that, so I'm a little nervous.
Well, I've heard, I think, one song from this new album, and it was like, whatever, a few months ago, and I don't remember thinking, negative of it. I remember hearing it being like, oh yeah, this is not bad, so yeah. That's kind of my only impression that I have so far of this album. I don't really listen to this band very much, so, I'm kind of a clean slate, because that was a while ago, yeah. But I don't remember disliking it, so it could go either way.
Yeah, I'll say I'm a clean slate too overall, but from the stuff I have heard, it's like, yeah, the songs will start off great and have some great stuff in them, and then they'll just kind of go downhill because of the choruses. Anyways, I'm trying to be optimistic, and we're going to listen to the entire album right now in its entirety, and we'll be back. Hopefully I like it. Hopefully we both like it. Really praying that I like it. I don't want to shit on the album. I'm gonna try my best not to, but we'll be back in a second to give you guys our first thoughts. Okay, we're back. We just listened to The Path. So yeah, I gotta say, sometimes on this channel you guys request stuff and you steer us wrong. Sometimes you request stuff and you steer us in the right direction, and we really love what you guys, request and want us to listen to. This wasn't really a request, but it was the popular vote. In this case, I gotta say that I actually really enjoyed it. Not gonna lie, this was not a bad album, and I'm actually pretty damn surprised. Few minor gripes, mostly the vocals, because I'm just not a fan of that clean style vocal. I'm just gonna get that out of there. Again, I think I said at the beginning, that clean style, emo-esque vocal does not do it for me, but it wasn't smothering the whole album. It was kind of few bits and parts here and there. When it was in the songs, it was only usually during the choruses. It wasn't too bad. And I tried thinking about it objectively. The voice isn't bad. He's a little bit flat, I think, but it's not bad. It doesn't hurt my ears. It's not too annoying. It's not too nasally. It's not too whiny. So it was okay. It was tolerable for me, and that's very, very good. That's double plus for me on that. The fact that it wasn't horrible. As far as everything else goes, this album was hitting the marks for me. The riffs were fucking solid. The drum work is really busy, really good. The breakdowns on this album, which TV Fish I'm sure is gonna pick up after I'm done here. These guys are hitting breakdowns and they sound fresh. They sound badass. Like they were just what you want in a breakdown. And after hearing bands like, metalcore bands doing breakdowns for the last decade or more, it's refreshing to still hear bands putting out good breakdowns.
Yeah, with breakdowns, we've gotten to a point now with metalcore that a lot of them get predictable. A lot of them are like, okay, here's this, okay, and they do that. With this band, and I guess with this album, maybe on their other albums, I don't know,
yeah.
But with this album, the breakdowns feel fresh, they feel interesting, and they hit so damn hard. It makes you want to break stuff. It's that kind of breakdown. You want to just destroy your living room, the car, wherever you are that you're listening to this, you want to tear it apart. And my 2 top tracks on this album both had the most disgusting breakdowns, and that would be track number 2, Breaking the Mirror, and track number 7, God of Fire, which does have a feature on it. I believe his name is Ryo Kitoshita, yes. Kitoshita from Crystal Lake, which is cool. I figure his influence is probably the electronic beats that are happening in that song, which are cool and unique to the song. You don't really hear that much else on the album.
Yeah, it's like EDM infused metalcore, which is pretty unique.
Oh my god, some of these songs hit really hard, but that one is another level of hitting hard. Like,
yeah,
jeez, it's a crazy song, and the breakdown is just.
I'm just gonna note that those are two of my top rated songs as well. And another one that got a high rating for me was the title track, The Path, which is a song that TV just pointed out sounds a lot like Walk by Pantera, and it does. It shares a very similar vibe, but it doesn't rip it off. It's not like a carbon copy.
It's just the riff sounds similar.
The riff is similar, yeah. So you could probably sing Walk along with it and it's fine. There's this sound that we hear and it's a bell. I thought it was maybe an anvil strike, but TV Fish said no, it sounds like more like a church bell, and I think he's right. But it happens near the beginning of the song, then it goes off, and then it comes back at the end. This also repeats later on in the album with another song, which is
Stockholm? Or Louder Voice?
It was Stockholm. So it's something like they do have kind of reoccurring things that kind of go throughout the rest of the album, but they do make certain songs sound individual and unique. But The Path I thought was very cool. It sounded almost like, it had like August Burn Red vibes, which a lot of this album kind of does. I mean, same genre, similar stuff. But the song's it's got another great breakdown. There's pitch harmonics, which I love, which there's a couple songs where they throw pitch harmonics in the breakdown.
So
just
cool.
Throw them in there, just a couple wild pitches, and I'm just like, yes.
It's the sprinkles on top of this.
Sprinkles on top.
Cake.
Like that blast beat. What was the song that had that blast beat?
That was Prophet.
Yeah. So this song starts off slow, clean vocal, almost a ballady. Then it picks up and gets heavy, and it kind of alternates back between the two. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, blast beat, like a bar. Just, hey, here you go. Here you go, blast beat on a platter. Why not? Love it.
Yeah, what's interesting about that song is that I wasn't sure if I really liked how extreme the two ends were. Like, you had some really soft stuff and some really heavy stuff. I'm like, should they be kind of mingling like that? I don't know. It's something that I really kind of have to figure out as I listen to the album over the week. It's just from my first listen, I'm like, I don't know. But I still enjoy it. I still enjoyed the song.
Well, the thing I did like about that is that it sounded different than the rest of the songs.
That's true.
Because if it was all clean and slow, I think it would have been maybe a little bit of a stain on the album. But if it was all hard and fast, it would have been just blending it with the rest of the album. The fact that they just created that dynamic in this one song, I think was a very good design choice.
That's a good point. And you know what? One thing I really like about this album overall is that it takes metalcore and kind of, goes against the big kind of issue that it's had. Because a lot of metalcore albums and a lot of metalcore bands have gotten a bit stagnant.
As of late, yes.
A lot of the songs just kind of sound like the same thing going on.
Right.
Even though it's good stuff, of course. But I feel like this album, every song kind of has its own personality for the most part. Like, a lot of them just kind of sound their own thing. They're doing different stuff. And what you said is a really good example. One thing I will say, which is interesting, is that the first track, The Face of Hate, felt really simple to me, especially the drums. Super straightforward, not much happening. As the album goes on, the drums start doing more stuff, more fills, a lot more interesting stuff. Like, it makes me think, what happened? But this was the introduction to the album. I feel like we kind of adjusted to it pretty quickly. So maybe that song will sound a lot different to us as we listen throughout the week. But for me, it was like pretty just kind of straightforward, and everything else had a lot more fruit to it. But like I said, I've only heard it once, so good change.
Yeah, the first song is one of my lower rated tracks, but honestly, there was a highlight of that song, and it's the hammer-on pull-off riff, which you said you liked the riff a lot, and it's probably because of that.
They're good riffs,
so that's
man.
really cool. But yeah, there's stuff sprinkled throughout the album that makes each song kind of stand out, like Louder Voice, the second last song. They got piano in that song.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, why not? The drums hit hard throughout the album. The drummer is pretty busy on the kit. He'll throw in like 16th notes for a couple bars here and there just for the hell of it. Like I talked about that blast beat a minute ago.
Lots of really good fills, fruitful fills, and it just gets better as the album goes. You find him doing more interesting stuff, more stuff that kind of catches you off guard, like that blast beat.
Exactly.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, so here's where I stand with this album right now, because we're going to listen to it for the whole week like we always do. But here's where I stand. So at the beginning of this video, you guys heard us talking. Our bar was like down here.
It wasn't,
okay?
I mean, my bar wasn't super low, but it was like somewhat-ish low, because I remember looking at some of the comments on the poll, and everyone's like, oh, don't listen to it, don't.
Yeah, it was pretty low.
But then we listened to it.
So do we like it as much as we do because we set a low bar, or was this actually a pretty damn good album? Mm-hmm. Right? That's what the week is going to tell us. I have to listen to this album as much as we possibly can for the whole week. we're gonna be able to obviously develop our opinions and decide if this album is really that good, or if we just kind of went in with low expectations and it impressed us. I don't know. But you know what? I'm not hating it right now.
I'm enjoying it too. That was good.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to it all week long, and as always, we'll be back in a week's time to give you guys our full and final review of The Path. Guys, thank you for voting in the poll, and I'm sorry we're such haters at the beginning of the video, especially me. I tend to be a hater sometimes. That's okay. That's it for this video, guys. So like it if you liked it, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, leave your comments down below, let us know what you guys think of this album. I know we got some hate. People were like, don't do it, it's really bad, it's really bad. Hey, give it a chance. Maybe you'll like it like we did. Who knows? But that's it, guys. I'm Vile Self.
I'm TV Fish.
We'll see you guys on the next video.